Well, good morning, everybody out there in Wildcat Nation. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Waffle today. This is our 1-year anniversary show.
What?
Yes. You know, because Chris and Tom promised us a montage for today.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did.
And you know what they delivered?
Nothing.
Barry.
Barry. We got Barry. Hi, Barry.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us
Congratulations
today.
on the 1 year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Barry Retchloff. Now a big part of K-ROG.
Big part.
Kind of our business manager
He's
down
our
there.
buddy and business manager.
Yep.
Barry, I've given
feel
you a
bad at me.
nickname, and I don't think I'm gonna say it on air. It's not inappropriate, but you might be mad at me about it. So afterwards, let me tell you.
Well, you should say it on air so that it's like like
okay.
taking somebody to a fancy restaurant to break up with them.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him if he's mad at me or not. So Barry, when you go talk to Barry about something, he always very enthusiastically encourages you. I guess unless you come to him with a dumb idea, and he probably tells you you're stupid. So anyway, I was talking about this with somebody last week. I cannot even remember who. I know. And I was like, yeah, Barry, I was talking to him about this idea, and he seemed like he thought it was a good idea. And the person's like, oh, Barry's so nice. Like, he's such an encourager.
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
I know. And I was like, he is an encourager. And I was like, I'm going to name him Fairy God Barry. Like,
Yeah, I hope that doesn't stick.
He's
he's like your fairy godmother.
It's like the Barry Godfather.
Yes. Fairy Godfather
Barry-
maybe was better.
Barry
but Fairy
Godfather.
God Barry is what came out.
And if he doesn't like it, he'll just have you whacked because he's Barry Godfather. Hey, how long have you been hanging around Rogersville, Barry? I need to get to know you a little bit too.
I believe we moved here about 15 years ago.
It's been
Okay.
here a while.
Yeah, because my son's 19 now, so he would have been, it was 14, 15 years ago.
Okay.
That's cool.
John Pope says that's going to stick.
Well, we have some nicknames for him, too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I think, was it your daughter was in my wife's class, maybe?
Yes.
I think we
Yep,
figured that out
correct.
the other
Yep.
day.
Oh, that's
Good.
cool.
And then your wife is a big part of the town.
Yeah.
Well, she tries to be. So
Yeah.
She runs Tender Heart Animal Clinic.
Yep.
They do a great job.
Yep, they do.
Super nice people.
Yep, we like.
Thank you. I
like
kind of
having
like her.
Yeah, I'll bet you do.
She's very nice. Yeah.
Well, that's good stuff. What do we got going on?
Oh, what's not going on? There's a lot. First Friday was really fun.
It
Friday
was
night.
awesome.
It was a good time.
It
Did
was
both
a
of
good
you
time.
make it to that?
Yep.
I made
Good
it for
deal.
a short cameo. I had a sick kid, so I didn't want to drag them and have her snot all over the inflatables.
It's very kind of you. It's very community
You're welcome.
conscious.
You're welcome.
We got there a little bit later. You were already gone, Lauren.
Mhm.
But we got there and got right in line for the London Calling food truck, which I'm just going to be honest, laid out there because we're all about transparency right here on K-ROG.
I'm ready.
I've never been a fan of London Calling. I'm like, it's not my pick.
I, in general, steer clear of British food.
But I got the corned beef pasty,
Yep.
the Reuben. It was amazing.
Yes.
It was so good.
Yes.
So,
So now you're a fan.
now I'm a fan.
I think
am
you
a
gotta
London Calling
find
fan.
your thing.
Yeah,
there.
it was really good.
They're such nice people. Too.
Well, and I try to, if I'm going to go to eat at a truck like that or a restaurant like that or whatever, I want to get kind of the authentic. I want to get the thing.
Yes.
And so I think they have one, like, this was the original, this was the traditional British pasty. And so first time I ate there, I got that. I'm like, well, this is kind of terrible.
It's not terrible. It's very.
No.
It's just very like what is the word I'm looking for? It's
British.
British. Yeah. And I can say that because my mom came back from England pregnant with me, so I'm
Oh.
basically British.
Are you saying she was bored?
Yeah.
That's one way to look at it.
So
isn't
I'm
it, I
basically
suppose?
British. Sorry, Mom,
And
that we just brought that up on air.
So I've tried a couple other things there, but nothing really stuck until First Friday. This Friday here, I was like, yeah, that's the stuff right there.
Yeah, First
Good
Friday's
deal.
awesome.
It was
I
really
got
good.
the lemon curd pasty last time I got it there because I didn't grab it this time because I was in a hurry,
Yeah.
and it was really good too.
Well, they had a dessert offering that looked good, but I again
Didn't partake.
I didn't.
I'm trying to be righteous during the week and not eat a ton of food. I feel like I've got holiday stuff every weekend coming up, and I'm gonna eat a ton of food. Well, we need to talk about that.
I'm okay.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, scenario. I posted about this on Facebook, and Barry raises beef, right?
Mhm.
So Barry can weigh in on this as well. So, ladies,
Uh-oh.
yeah. So
This isn't fair because, because we need Tom and Chris for this, but
this
it's
is
okay. They'll Tom's watching, so he'll jump in.
They'll jump in. So here, Jesse is not typically one that prepares the meals in our house. I like to cook, so I do it. However, several years ago, he started smoking meats. He's always liked grilled stuff, and he started smoking meats, okay? So when, you do that, you're making like ribs or brisket, usually pulled pork, so large quantities of meat.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd make it, and he's super proud of it because it's really good. He does a good job. And the first time he ever made ribs, I think, on his smoker, he slices them up, and there's 7 people over. And I was exaggerating when I posted over the weekend on Facebook, but this time he's
No, you exaggerate on Facebook. Nobody does that.
Nobody does that. So he slices these ribs. There's 7 people at the house. I think they were watching football. Sets them on the counter and goes, "Everybody come eat." And I'm like, there's no other food ready. There's nothing. I don't have anything else ready. I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. And I'm panicking internally because there's 3 or 4 things that I needed to finish making. And so it set the tone. And I should have said something to him at that time because, if you're not used to being the one getting the whole meal on the table, then you don't know the steps of the process. So then finally Easter, he did it to me again, kind of, but not so bad. And it was just my parents sitting at the table. But I'm like, I bet I'm not the only one who's facing this problem.
What's wrong with just meat?
Nothing is wrong with just meat, except if
I think Barry has kind of nailed it there because, and it's a men's mentality versus a women's mentality. I
different
think
types of personalities.
Barry's right. Meat is the meal. That's it. And everything else is just ancillary. You give me a big pile of meat. I don't need the vegetables. And I've been married for almost 26 years. And my wife was like, "Aren't you going to eat vegetables with that?" I'm like, "Because I've just got a plate of ribs." Like, why? Why?
There's meat on the plate.
I think there's
barbecue sauce.
there's
That's
tomatoes
right?
in
Yeah.
the barbecue sauce.
Exactly.
So that's
there
good
is.
enough.
But
Yeah.
no, and they're already commenting. Pope says better time management.
Yeah.
Baker's like, when you cook something for 4 hours, you got time to figure it out.
That's true.
Good morning. Shanda's going to be on my side on this one. She just said good morning. But it's funny to me because it's the very clear differences of men and women. Men have this focus on the item, and women generally have a broader focus. Maybe I'm saying something horribly sexist right now. I
Well,
don't know.
not to call out my wife, but I think she must be a man then. Because for the longest time, I think she still does it. When she cooks a meal, she's very tactically focused, so she thinks of the one item.
Well, that's good.
And,
Does she like to cook,
And we
though?
forget about salads, and we forget about potatoes, and we forget about all the ancillary items. We just have one item.
Fantastic.
No, she does not like to cook.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's your issue.
No, big.
If you don't like to cook,
nothing wrong with a big pile of meat.
No.
Not at all.
And I agree. I like the ribs and the brisket and all that stuff.
Now I
but also like
tried
potatoes.
I tried to help the ladies out this week on Facebook. I don't know if you saw my post, but I thought it was very, very helpful. So you know how men are always complaining about women that try on 7 different outfits before they get ready.
See, I'm not that person.
So. And it's like, oh, I got to I put on these shoes. It's like you're ready to go, and she comes back out 10 minutes later wearing something completely different. This is a thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't partake, but it is a thing.
So I sort of Shanda's waiting.
She's right. Women
Yeah.
think big picture. We have to have time for everything to be done at the same time. It's true.
Okay, there you go.
Got to feed the herd.
So I realized this, and on Easter Sunday, what the deal is here, and how to analogize it for men and women. Because as I was getting ready for Easter Sunday, I was thinking through, going there, and I thought, it's Easter Sunday. There'll be more people. It's a high-profile Sunday. I'm thinking security. I should probably take a bigger gun and more ammo, just in case
Oh, yeah.
something goes down.
Now.
And so, I put on the bigger holster and a mag carrier, and I'm like, well, this is kind of uncomfortable, bulky. And so I take that one off, and I try on a different holster. I'm like, I get it now. It's like women's outfits are like men picking out holsters and mag carriers for the appropriate occasions.
Well, I'm thinking Easter. Wouldn't you grab a paisley holster or lavender or something?
No, because I conceal carry, so you can't see what's going on.
So it really
there.
didn't matter then.
Well, you had to get the right one, for the right, the right gun has a different holster, and there's outside carry, inside carry. There's tuckable holsters.
So it's accessorizing.
Yeah, you're accessorizing.
I'm so glad that you understand the struggle now.
I get it now.
My problem is I don't like to shop for clothes, and so I go and look at my closet, and I'm like, there's my 3 shirts that I wear. Which one do I want to wear today?
Yep.
Sorry.
You dress like a man then, because that's kind of the way we
Kim
do that.
Cooks like a man. I dress like a man. Will accessorizes like a woman. And we all just got canceled because cancel culture. So there's that.
Yeah, there's that.
Thanks for participating in the morning waffle. It's over.
Every week could be our very last show, so be sure to watch, because you never know when somebody's going to shut us down.
Just am expecting like a Scud missile to come in one time and take us out. Not really.
Wow.
Or maybe the lights will just
It's not that bad.
Barry's like, what did I get into?
Kamala Harris may show up, and that's the only thing I can think.
I wouldn't mess with Kamala. She seems serious.
Yeah. I don't know about
New
that.
topic. So no, but First Friday was really good, and there's lots of events coming up. Let's see.
Yeah, the election today, right?
The election is today.
Mm-hmm.
It is today.
Go vote.
You're electing things and issues.
And people.
And people.
So I have a question on the Rogersville elections. There's Ward 1 and Ward 2. So does everybody vote for, because it's Ward 2 that's being?
Ward 1 is being,
because
the spot
it's a
is
special election, right?
So can
So-
Ward 2 vote on Ward 1
No.
or just Ward 1? Okay.
And I'll help describe this because I live on the border. I'm on the edge.
You may have a point there, John Pope. I don't think. Barry, were you feeling uncomfortable with that conversation?
I feel uncomfortable with every conversation.
Okay, that's good to know.
fair.
There you go, John.
So Ward 1 and Ward 2 divides Rogersville, and I believe it's based off of our population, how many alderman seats we have, and we currently have 4. So I like equate it to like it's like 2 L's that fit together, because so currently we would be sitting in Ward 2, and it's like an L that goes towards upwards of Mill Street.
Okay.
And then this direction. It's kind of weird. And then Ward 1 is the other side, and it's an L that goes and clips Leabrook and Logan. So
Okay.
I think of it as kind of 2 L's put together, even though it's probably not. But so no, you don't. So the only people that would vote for the alderman, their ballot would be Ward 1.
Okay.
And then, which is literally right across the street from me. I think I could throw a ball into Ward 1. Because like Leon, my neighbor, is one of the aldermen in Ward 2. So, and then there's that issue. There's school board. There's Amendment A. Is that it?
That's all
What
I'm
is
aware
this
of.
Webster County Southern Fire District? Does that not affect us because we're in the LR Fire District?
Yeah,
Thoughts,
I'm
comments?
kind of right out there by that, but yeah, that's a different fire district.
Okay,
than-
so I
than
don't have to
LR.
worry about that because I've seen some signs and I was like, what is that?
Yeah, Southern Webster County. That's going to cover more like Fordland and Diggin, Seymour.
Okay, and
that-
there's 2
area.
spots on the board of a school board, and then 1 spot on the board of aldermen, and then the Amendment A. So, and I think people have asked questions, which is good. I mean, get out there and find out what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
It never fails. Those amendments are always confusing, so it's good to get people to break them down. Anytime they're on a ballot, I read them, and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Exactly.
Well, and there's always this huge backroom fight over what that ballot language is going to be, too.
Oh, I bet there is.
Yeah, there is. I mean, there is, because the
Well,
way
not
you phrase
politics.
that affects how a majority of the people vote, because most people walk into the polling booth not knowing what about those things. They may have their 1 or 2 people they intend to vote for, but those down ballot issues, most people don't really know what they're about. And so that explanatory language that they put on those ballots now is what people vote.
Quite a
And
hot issue.
sometimes they're really confusing. Like you have
Yes.
to, if you vote no, it means there will be a tax. You have to vote yes to say you don't want the tax.
Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah, sometimes it's really, really weird. Terry, I think you're also voting for health unit rep. So
If anybody can explain that, because I saw a sign for that too, and I don't know what that is.
and we'd like to know. Chris says he wants to say Barry Retchloff replaced Tom, not him because the hair game is not strong enough to take Chris's place.
That's crap. Barry doesn't deserve that.
There's going to be a call out.
Barry's here. Who's not?
Yeah.
Think of it that way,
Playing
friend.
hooky. How do you spell hooky? I was trying to figure that out.
So if anybody can jump on and explain the health unit rep thing, that would be great because I also saw a sign for that. And, you go to look at your ballot on, different news places put the ballot out there. And you go to look at it. Well, it's never your ballot because it's not for your specific voting place. Like me, I wouldn't have Ward 1 on mine.
Right.
But other people do. And then, especially in Rogersville, you could live in Greene, Christian, or Webster County. Choose your own adventure. Choose your own tax bracket.
Well, and I have a Rogersville address, but I'm Fordland School District.
Are you really?
Mm-hmm.
And you're...
I'm Fordland address with the Rogersville School District.
I was about to say that, but I'm like, I better let Barry make that claim himself. Barry might scud missile me.
Alicia Pope is jumping
Alicia.
in here. Yeah, is
Alicia.
Alicia. Whatever, because it's spelled. See, I had this thing going with them because I spelled her name Alicia one time, Alisha. He's like, no, it's Alica. Well, that's Alicia. So
She's
I don't
like,
know.
Why are you talking about me?
It's
I
because you commented.
I think John just pronounces it wrong, and everybody follows his lead.
I think that's probably it. But anyway, wins a little bracket money. Look at Chris Ballard. There you go.
And he's gone.
Yeah.
You're not that cool, Chris.
Tom, strong in the amount of product used, hands down. There you go, Tom. Talking about the hair. Terry says it's Louise Bigley or Tiffany Kirk. I don't know what that means. I guess that's voting for
I'm guessing that's the health board
candidates.
Yeah, candidates. Gosh, didn't know we had a health board. See, this is why you got to ask questions.
Yeah, you got to know. Got to pay attention to what's going on.
Does anyone know if those are incumbents or new? Holy moly. Breaking news. There's another election we didn't know about. The health board.
And so that must be a comment on your feed because I don't have that.
I see that, yeah.
The incumbent question?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not on the main feed. So
it may take a while to show up, I think. Oh, it isn't. No, there it is.
Oh, yeah, that one. Okay, I understand. Yeah. Chris is treble hooky gone fast. So he spells it KY. I didn't know how to spell hooky.
I don't know. I don't think it matters.
Probably
as long
not.
as you're playing it. I don't know if I ever.
If he was British, he would be skiving off.
Skiving off.
Yes, skiving off. You should know that. Being
Can you spell that?
Yeah, being basically British. But actually, I'm Scottish. So.
Your shins.
My shins. Oh my goodness.
Well,
I tell you
I'm
what.
dying to talk about what we're going to be doing in August, but I can't.
When are you going to announce it?
As soon as our partners vote and officially agree that they're going to be part of it.
We'd actually have to have a meeting where we got something done.
Almost. But
These
it's
guys
gonna be so cool.
Like herding cats.
Yep.
Speaking of herding cats, so Kitty Cat Camp happened last night. That is the Rogersville LR volleyball camp for the elementary kids. And my daughter's taking place. And we're going to get some clarification from Roy on that. I'll finish this point. But so Coach Hutch hosted the volleyball camp last night along with her varsity girls, I believe. There may be some JV, I don't know. And they had like 96 people sign up for the Kitty Cat volleyball camp. And it's so cute. They did so good.
They use smaller balls?
They used last night they had like balloons. Because, I mean, most of these kids have never played volleyball at all. And so she did a great job. Like the court was divided into quarters and they had like different units. They had balloons and then like beach balls. It was really fun.
Oh, cool.
It was cool. So it's going on this week.
Well, that was good. We have a clarification from Sheriff Roy Cole.
Thank you for commenting.
The Health Board is a group that runs the health unit. They serve a lot of the community for different needs. They also help translate or make health recommendations for the county as a whole. So
very nice.
There you go.
Thanks, Roy.
And
Hey, Roy, when are you going to be a guest again?
Yeah, we need to get him in here.
He's fun to have.
They're already kicking me off.
Yeah, this guy's not working out.
So tell us, Barry, how do you slaughter a cow?
With a sawzall.
Wow, I just got thrown under the bus, didn't
No,
I?
you didn't. This is fascinating. No. This is good TV.
This is good.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh, we got more from the sheriff. The building is located east of the square in Marshfield. During the pandemic, they made a lot of recommendations for schools and churches, et cetera, but they are not law.
Oh.
But they are not law. They are recommendations that people find helpful.
Very
So
cool.
they make good recommendations. And so,
out in front of one of the clinics, I saw a health board sign. I'm like, surely that doesn't apply to me because I don't have any idea what that is. But apparently, sometimes when the building's in Marshfield, we just don't, we don't pay as close attention.
Now you've been educated.
Now I feel like I'm smarter, better informed.
Is this a county-wide position, or did they break the county up in different
No,
districts?
that's a good question.
I bet it is county if it's in Marshfield.
Mr. Cole.
I bet it's Webster.
I think I think the board is countywide. I don't know if there are different districts that elect. I'm betting that it's sort of from anywhere in the county.
Yeah,
jumps on there. I don't think I suspect there's not districts that elect directors to the board, but I'm just guessing. I'm just speculating.
Well, and I think that's the reason why we have some candidates maybe for school board too, because of COVID. I think that's gotten some people involved and interested in the political decision-making process, and I think that's great. Roy clarified it's county.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I did see a little bit of chatter amongst the school board about some of those issues.
Yeah, when the PTA had our town hall, I think it kind of came up in general in the comments, which I understand that. I mean, people felt specific ways about that.
And that was a really fun deal we got to do, is put that on. Boy, everybody is telling us what we don't know. We are being educated. So it's all Webster
Anybody
County.
who wants to come on the show and talk, obviously.
You know what we should do? We should have somebody from the health board on the show.
I like it.
Let's do that. So
It'll
there's
be riveting.
Open invitation.
We'll learn about health things.
We like anybody that will come on here.
Yeah,
and
we do.
talk.
We seriously will have guests. We're not an exclusive club.
Well, and that was that was you talking.
It's Barry.
Because like we got Barry's here.
If they invite me, they'll invite
Obviously, we got a low bar. Wow. No, but that was fun. They did the candidate. You got to just take them and roll with it, Barry.
Yeah, it's zinger. I mean, anybody can show up and sit down. You just have to take zingers, not get your feelings hurt, and show up. And that's all.
I'm gonna go back to the green room.
But we
Get my
got
makeup fixed.
No, we got to have the candidate forum from the school board. They were on there. We got to broadcast that. We just like anything that's community information. It's an open forum. You can come on K-ROG. It's open to anybody to discuss information.
Terry has suggested a write-in on I don't know, Lisa Tyndall. Come on down. We're just going to start giving burns to people from the comments.
We're going to make a list.
People are like, they're going to stop watching the show.
We need to get that Price is Right music, Come on down. Dun, 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 dun. Come on down. You're going to be on
all
the
these game shows have changed because they're back broadcasting, but without crowds. And it's really, everybody's like, yay. It's really kind of sad. I just thought, too, we need a wildcat.
Oh, we do. We could get one of those.
We need a wildcat.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Whatever.
I'll look for that. A growl.
I thought that when we first came on. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, our little logo has one.
Yeah, it does. I like it. We need to incorporate it into the show.
All right, I'll work on that. Put it on.
Oh,
I'll put
Terry
it on
for our
list.
show. We need Lisa Tyndall for the show. She's not writing her in on a campaign. Thank you for clarifying, Terry.
Come on down. Doors open. 203 Jamestown.
Yeah, it's literally open right now.
It really is literally open right now. It's possible, very possible, this will be our last show in the studio.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Here in the Resource Center studio.
If we ever move.
Which will be moving, yeah. In the Resource Center studio, we'll have a new home, hopefully by next Tuesday. Won't that be special?
That's because here's my plan. Let me explain this. I plan to learn the tech stuff once we get to the new studio, because I cannot troubleshoot technology.
Mm-hmm.
My troubleshooting of technology is me freaking out and throwing equipment. You should see when I print address labels for the mailers.
Oh, that's the worst.
People leave the room. Like, it's bad. Jesse's like, are you printing address labels for your mailers? I'm like, yes. And he's like,
let's go, girls. Come on, get in the van.
Yeah.
Get in the van, girls.
It's bad. So nothing enrages me more than technology not working out the way I expect it to, and because I'm just not versed in a lot of it.
I think I gave, it was off the top of the cuff, but I think I gave Emma, when she was running the show here for the 4-H show, I think I gave her great advice, and I will use it in the future. when something's not working the way you want it to with this setup,
Yeah,
follow the wire.
that makes sense.
Just follow the wire. Like that microphone's not working. I'm going to follow the wire.
Go on a journey with it
Follow
instead
the wire.
of screaming at it and throwing it through a window.
Because if all the
I did
wires
the same thing
are
in
hooked,
golf.
yeah,
I do.
follow the wire.
No,
Maybe you should.
freak out when it
freak
doesn't
out
go
and-
my way.
Yeah.
Throw golf clubs.
Well, here's
It's
what you need to do.
embarrassing.
This is what I decided to do this a long time ago. I golf and bowl on the same day and switch the scores, and then I look like I'm good at
I
both.
look good. So my plan is, though, once we're in the new studio, is to learn, because the equipment will be in place. I will be able to see it and learn it, and that's kind of a cop-out, too. I apologize. But that's my plan.
And we've got some new shows in the works.
We do.
Several new
I was
shows
going to talk about that, too.
coming. Yeah.
It's going to be exciting.
I'm jazzed about it.
I'm ready. Let's move.
Okay.
Let's get
Let's
moved.
get her done. So if you want to help us move.
This is why Emma and I are friends. So, yeah, we'll take help with that, too.
Yeah.
It's not far.
Is that Emma?
That's Emma.
Yep.
We're friends because the technology and me don't. But I can learn it. Once I learn it, I'm good.
Yep. Okay. Good
Yeah.
stuff. So we have potentially 1 or 2 different cooking shows.
There's cooking shows in the works. There's a show that I haven't named yet that is in the works.
Right.
There is stuff.
You said my stuff. Okay, so you said, and maybe we've talked about, maybe we haven't, but that my holster accessory comment gave you an idea for a K-ROG show.
No, it wasn't your holster comment. It
That
was the
was-
comment about men versus women.
Oh.
I thought it'd be funny if you had like a marriage show, like marriage tips from people in the community, or, they don't even have to be married, relationship tips back and forth, kind of like a side versus side. You know what I mean? I thought it'd be funny.
It might be.
Or it could be devastating.
It could be. It could go either way. It really
There
could.
used to be a game show.
The
the Newlywed Game.
Newlywed Show.
Yeah,
Oh,
kind of
yes.
like that, except it'd just be tips. And then I was thinking this morning, too, you could have a mom's hour where moms just come on, or dads, and talk about the ridiculous things with kids.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
It's just fun.
Some books on that, isn't there?
Yes, there are books on that. And I was like, my children would probably be really mad at me if they were older, because mine are young and don't care what their mom says about them on Facebook.
It's not a college fund. It's a therapy fund.
But I thought it would be funny if the spouses of the
Alicia / Alicia says it would be funny.
You botched 2 names last week, so I thought we should need to have a
I did?
teaching Will to pronounce people's names that people care about that he's around.
How's that Lauren Daggle coming?
Yeah.
She coming back again?
Is Daggle coming? So,
I don't care.
no, but it would be, especially would
cared,
be
it would
funny
matter.
to have the spouses of the people who participate come and do a show. Like
Oh, yeah.
Freaky Friday, like it's flipped.
Oh, yeah.
Jesse would love that.
Yeah, I think that, and I don't think Shelby would ever do it because she doesn't like. She might do it.
I bet she could. I've been calling her. She's like, it's true.
Awesome. Yep. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've talked about that, getting
It'd be funny.
Michelle and Jesse and Shayna and Shelby to come on here. That could be good. Have to be here in the summer because those girls teach,
They're busy.
but they might do it. I don't know. We might have to pay them.
I'm just envisioning Jesse doing this. That's awesome.
John's not the one that is called his wife. See how I fixed that?
You
See how I
fixed
just
it.
dodged it? Lawyered. Just go right around it.
Oh my god! Be like, "Nyerp." It's like that meme where the car's flying down the interstate and it's obviously taking the exit, going way too fast. And thank you for clarifying on Facebook that on-ramps are used to get to the speed of traffic on the highway.
Jesse's already declining.
Jesse's already flaked out.
Nope.
He's like, I'm not cooking ribs for you anymore, and I'm not going to be on your show, lady.
How about the marriage show, Jesse?
Jesse would do the marriage show. He's like, no.
Can I cook ribs?
Can I cook ribs on the marriage show? I think it'd be hilarious.
It could be good. I don't know. I think we are going to get, for that show that we can't talk about, I think we're going to get Shayna and maybe Michelle as part of that.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Oh, I just came up with a name for the marriage show. Point and Counterpoint.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
like tennis for marriage.
30 love. There's
Crap, I don't know how you score tennis. Seems really hard.
I don't know if they still do that. And I don't. That'd be interesting to know where that came from. Joe's on here. Joe says children's music hour Saturday mornings with Shayna Ballard. That's actually that's a great idea.
That would be adorable.
It'd be like Aunt Shayna.
I sent my child's instrument to school today because they were making them, and it was loud and annoying. You're welcome. But it's decorated nice.
Who watched the children's hour with Aunt Norma when they were little?
Wow, you are old.
I am old. I'm like 3 days older than you, Barry Retchloff.
But I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you must not be from around
Boy,
here.
I don't either.
Really?
Nope.
Norma Champion? Does that ring a bell?
Norma Champion rings a bell. Why does that ring a bell?
That rings a bell because she was a state representative.
Okay,
from Springfield.
that's why I remember. Yeah.
But before that, she was known as Aunt Norma on a locally produced Saturday mornings children's program called The Children's Hour. Here on KY3. There were puppets on there named Skinny and Rusty.
Aww.
And they would show little cartoons, and you'd have the kids would be in the audience, and one of them would get picked, and they could win a little prize. The Children's Hour. It was like at 11 a.m. on Saturday mornings with Aunt Norma.
Is that what shaped you?
It's part of it. It's clearly part of it.
Oh, Barry gets to come back.
It's clearly part of it.
He's got it. He's throwing zingers now.
You may get invited back, Barry Retchloff.
You did it, Barry.
Good job. Tatiana wants John and Alicia, John and his wife,
Mrs. Pope.
John and Mrs. Pope, Mr. and Mrs. Pope, to be on the first relationship episode. And that would
be a hard one to top.
That would be a hoot. Yeah.
I want Mrs. Pope to clarify the pronunciation of her first name.
She's like, please just stop talking
For the
about
record.
it.
For the record.
For the record.
I want to know.
The weirdest thing is, people, I make a phone call and people are asked, well, what's your name? What name do you want me to put on this order? And I'm like, Lauren. And they're like, Warren? No, it's not Warren, but you can put that. Or they're like, Steve? I'm like, no, I said Lauren.
I know.
It's weird.
So tell me this, is my last name hard to figure out?
Probably, yes, if I've never heard it before,
Okay.
I would think. But, I had heard your last name before meeting you because you're one of them lawyers that advertise stuff.
Just a little bit. Worsham, W-O-R-S-H-A-M.
Hutchison used to get botched all the time.
Well, because people want to say
easy.
Hutchinson.
Hutchinson is the more normal way to spell it. I think there's more with an N.
But you don't have the N.
No, it's Hutchison's the maiden name. And then Brooke, they usually just call me Brooke. Like, that becomes my first name because I have two first names now. Oh, she did clarify.
Yeah.
Breaking news. We have a clarification.
Okay. Alicia. And she's throwing her parents under the bus on that one. Okay.
We'll have them on. They can discuss that.
Yeah. Alicia. Okay, we got it.
Discuss.
And you can be on the show, Alicia.
See, I told you.
Yep. Okay, good to go. Now that we've settled that. What other names did I mispronounce last week? You said I got two of them wrong.
You called Cecilia Cecily.
Well, I do that on purpose.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
Yeah,
all right,
I named her that, and she doesn't like it.
You're your last name's always messed up. Good morning, Liz. Liz Lawyer, what are you doing today?
That's a fantastic name.
She's cool.
Yeah, she's
one of my real estate buddies.
Okay, it's a good name. You know, in my group that got sworn in at the same time to be a lawyer, there was a girl. And this was like all of the Missouri Supreme Court justices are sitting on their bench and we're in the chambers and they're calling your name and you walk up and you get your license and they have this big ceremony. And so they call this one, her name was Michelle Moneymaker. And all of the judges smirked. It was really funny to watch all of the Supreme Court judges go, I mean, it's a great name. It's a great name.
That's the first time they'd smirked since 1983.
It's like, that's pretty funny. But
some of these last names, though, I feel bad that people end up with.
Yeah.
There's some that when they would have made that last name like centuries ago or whatever, it didn't mean the same things it means now.
Well, so many last names, if you trace them back, I think it's interesting. This is probably where people tune out. They mean something. They meant something at the time. You know, Sawyer, that's a job. That was a job. People, if you were a Sawyer, there was something that you did.
You just don't know what it was.
I don't know what it was, but like, Bowman, Smith. You could have been a silversmith, blacksmith, Smith. And then
Schwarzkopf, Blackhead.
Yeah. But Schmidt.
Shingle-decker is one of my favorites because that's a very specific job.
Yeah, no, exactly what you were doing.
Shingle-decker.
But Schmidt is German for Smith.
Okay.
So, you see that one a lot. Worsham actually comes from Wordlesham, which was the Shire of Wordle, which is where my family is from in England.
What's a Wordle?
I don't know, but apparently it was the name of a town in England.
So you're a bunch of limey Brits.
Yep.
It's like me.
Like you.
Because I was...
And then my mom's side is all Sharrow and Galloway and Ewing, so they're all Scotch-Irish. And my wife is basically French-German.
We have Chastain's one of ours, very French.
Yep.
And Hutchison's Scottish. It's part of the McBride clan, I believe.
Yep.
What's one of the big clans of the mother country? I'm sorry, everyone who's Scottish. Yeah. It's always interesting to know that. I've never done one of those DNA tests.
Yeah. I did one. Yeah.
Were you surprised, or was it what you expected?
No, it was exactly what I expected.
You're like, there it is.
Yeah, I'm from England. A little bit of
I'm kind of not.
Northwest Europe, a little bit of that French and German mixed in, but mostly England.
Yeah, I'm not really. I don't have a ton of English.
And then, they showed, then your family was in Virginia, and then it was in Appalachia, and then it was in Southwest Missouri. And I'm like, yep, that's the way.
What we did.
That's the way it works.
That's what we did.
That's the place right there. That's where we come from.
There it was. We're Appalachian mountain people.
And now we're in Southwest Missouri.
South Ozarks
If you don't know where we are, if you watch the Beverly Hillbillies, we were neighbors before they moved. Think about it.
Okay.
Think about it. Well, it's been one of those shows.
It has been one of those shows.
It's been a journey.
It's time to probably wrap this thing up and shut her all down. Thanks for hanging with us, all 12 of you that are still there.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to have Barry here, our business manager. Keeps us on track. Hopefully next week you'll see us in the new studio. That's it, Wildcats. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.